Okay, guys. Good afternoon. Okay, can you able to hear my voice, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let us go into the discussion, guys. The topic name is cloud resource management, guys. Okay. Coming to the cloud, guys, what are the different resources that are incorporated in the cloud? We will have the different resources like it's related to computing power, or storage, or networking capabilities, or any database, or any software. All these are comes under the cloud resources, guys. All these are comes under the cloud resources. Okay, we have to manage, the cloud provider has to manage all these resources, okay, according to the users, okay, utilization. They have to incorporate the different cloud resources, and they have to manage according to that. Okay, why this resource management is very important is, guys, I will tell you. For suppose uh, for suppose uh, for one particular type of resource, okay, the cloud, all the cloud users are using, okay, and the resource name is, for suppose, A. Okay, another type of resource B is there, but that resource is not at all using by the different users of the cloud, guys. Okay, here how many types of resources are there? A type resource and B type resource. A type is used by the different cloud users, and B is not at all used by the different types of cloud users. For suppose, okay, I have purchased a lot many resources related to B. Okay, I have purchased the lot many more number of resources related to the type B, guys. I haven't purchased the resource type related to A. Then what will happen is, guys, the money that I have invested, okay, the cloud provider, okay, the money that he has invested on the B resource, that will be wasted, guys. Why? Because the no user is using these type of resources. For suppose, if you have invested the money in the A type of resource, means then you will be profited. Why? Because that will be used by the different cloud users, guys. That is the thing. Okay, the cloud provider have you having the resource management, good resource management is there, means they will find out, okay, what is the trend, which type of resource are more in use, okay, which type of resource is less in use. According to that, they will manage those resources, they will purchase. Okay, understand, guys? That is the importance of the cloud resource. The cloud is having the inefficient this resource management, means obviously in future they will shut down their business. Okay, without the lack of the resource management, they cannot continue the business, guys. Okay, the only the cloud providers with the good resource management capabilities, they only survive in the industry, guys. That is the main thing related to the resource management. Without the resource management, the cloud provider cannot exist in the industry, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, right. Okay, the cloud computing nowadays it's going very fastly and utilizes virtualization of data centers, guys. It uses virtualization of data centers. Moreover, that if you went for the cloud, means it's a cost-effective one, and moreover that within a fraction of second you are able to increase the resource, or you may able to reduce the resource. Nowadays, everybody is going for this cloud computing, guys. Everybody is going for the cloud. What is the reason for that? One is the cost-effective one. Can get these resources for the very less price, guys. That is the importance of cloud computing, guys. Okay, means in cloud the number of users are increased, means obviously the resources are related to that in the cloud also we have to increase, guys. Resources, the number of users are using the cloud is increases, means obviously the resources inside the cloud also obviously increases, guys. Okay, right. Those, for those, okay, we have to maintain these type of resources with the help of cloud resource management, guys. Okay, they use automation or dynamic resource management for allocation of the resources, guys. Okay, for allocate, for suppose I am the user of the cloud, I need the resources. Okay, who will allocate, means that will be depending upon the automation system or dynamic resource management. By using this one, the resources will be allocated for the cloud, guys. Okay, before that, okay, they have to maintain those type of resources in advance, then only they will allocate those resources. Okay, understand guys? If they are not having those type of resources with them, means how they will allocate to the cloud users, guys? Okay, that is also the main thing. Okay, so in advance only they have to maintain the different types of resources. Okay, they have to predict in future. Okay, then only they will get those resources, guys. Okay, right? Okay. Right, guys. There are different types of wide varieties of cloud providers are there. That is private, hybrid, and public cloud, guys. We already discussed about this private. What is a private cloud? What is a hybrid cloud? What is a public cloud, guys? Okay. Once again, I'm recapping that one, guys. Right. A private cloud means, for suppose within the organization. Okay, only within that organization persons they only access those data, guys. Okay, in this private cloud, guys, we will have the security for the data, guys. We will have the security. For example, guys, if you take our organization, that is our CRD College of Engineering. Okay, we have maintain one cloud. Okay, that is only used by the within the organization. Okay, if any outsiders can they cannot access that private cloud, guys. That is the importance, guys. Only, okay, only the employees within the organization only they were able to access those private cloud, guys. They are able to access those private cloud. Coming to the public cloud, guys. Okay, here, okay, anybody can access this public cloud, guys. Anybody can access this public cloud. There is no restriction here, guys. All the Google cloud providers like Google, right? Next Amazon, and next one is Microsoft. Okay, all these are public cloud providers, guys. Okay, if the cloud is related to public, then only others will access, guys. Different users will can access. But here there is no restriction for this one, guys. Coming to private means they will have the accessibility restrictions, guys. Okay, only within the organization, that is employees of Sir C.R. Reddy Engineering College and the students of the Sir C.R. Reddy Engineering College. Okay, if you are using the private cloud, they only can access those private cloud, guys. Coming to public cloud means anyone can access that one, guys. Okay, what is this one third one, guys? That is hybrid cloud, guys. This is the third type of, okay, variety in the cloud, guys. Okay, here it is a combination of the both the things, that is private and public cloud, guys. This is the combination of the both the things, that is private cloud and public cloud, guys. What here is, it's a combination. For suppose, okay, I'm having one company, guys. In that one, some part of the data is private. We don't want to access the data to the outside. Okay, and some data is there that we can access from outside. At that time, if does that type of data is having with you, then you have to go for the hybrid cloud, guys. Okay, the secure data you will place it in the private, okay, private part of the cloud. Okay, unsecured data, okay, that we will place it in the public part. Those combination is there, that we call them as a hybrid cloud, guys. Okay, right? Okay, these companies, these private cloud or public cloud or hybrid cloud providers, okay, they should maintain the resource management strategies, guys. They have to maintain some resource management strategies, guys. Okay, right? Okay, guys, let us see the different resource management strategies, guys. Okay. Okay, in cloud computing, guys, one of the core function is the resource management. If the cloud provider is there, they are not maintaining the resources in a proper way, means obviously in future they will shut down that business, guys. Obviously that is the disadvantage for the who are using that cloud also, guys. Okay, the core function related to this cloud computing is resource management. Okay, right? Inefficient resource management, obviously, guys, that will gives the negative performance effect, guys. I will give you the example, guys. For suppose, okay, I'm using one cloud provider, guys. Okay, I'm using one cloud provider. Okay, by using that cloud provider, I'm developing my application in that cloud, guys. I have placed my application in that cloud. For suppose at one point of time, I want to increase some number of resources a particular time. Okay, if they are not maintaining those resources in a proper way, means obviously, okay, obviously what will happen, that will give the negative impact on me as well as users of myself also. Okay, they give negative impact, guys. Obviously the performance is reduced, Okay, the performance is reduced and that will give my business reducing also, guys. Obviously next time onwards I won't prefer that type of cloud provider, guys. Okay, right? Without the good resource management, obviously we will degrade the performance, guys. Okay, for suppose at a particular point of time I want to increase the one particular type of resources, those resources are not maintaining properly by the cloud provider, obviously, okay, my application performance will be reduced. Obviously the users of my application is also get affected, guys. Okay, that will give the negative impact on me, as well as my impression about that cloud also reduces, guys. Okay, guys, right? Okay, for good performance, okay, any cloud they have to maintain a resource management strategy, guys. Resource management strategy. If the resource management strategy for the cloud provider is good, obviously the number of users will come to that cloud, guys. Okay, if they are not maintaining the resources in a managed way, means obviously we won't go for the cloud provider, guys. We won't go for the cloud provider. Okay, guys, there are different types of delivery models are there in the cloud, guys. Okay, in that the main delivery models are infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, guys. These are the different delivery models, guys. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, guys. Infrastructure as a service means only hardware components it will provide for the rent, guys, like storage capabilities. Okay, storage capabilities, networking capabilities, and processing capabilities. These are comes under infrastructure as a service. Platform as a service means, okay, it will provide the complete thing. Okay, complete hardware facilities as well as complete software facilities it will provide for the rental basis, guys. Okay, if you went for the platform as a service means everything it will provide. The cloud provider will provide everything, guys. Everything it will provide. Okay, the programmer can only concentrate on program writing related to the platform as a service. The third one is software as a service, guys. The third one is, what is that one? Software as a service. Okay, here only we will take software for a rental basis, guys. Okay, these are the different deployment models, guys. Okay, okay, one is different from another one. Infrastructure as a service means it will provide only hardware. Platform as a service means it will provide the both software as well as hardware. Okay, software as a service means it will provide only softwares, guys, for rental basis, guys. Okay, right? Okay, in this all cloud service provider. Okay, right? We in this, guys, in cloud resource management. Okay, for particularly if you take Amazon's big billion day or Flipkart big billion day, these are the different purchasing the sites provide, guys. In these days, normally, guys, the traffic for those websites will be very high. There is a spike. There will be a spikes in the number of users using those days for the particularly for these big billion days or other days for different website. Okay, if you cannot predict this means me, obviously what will happen, guys, the site will be crash. Obviously the Amazon, for suppose, okay, they have not didn't have the proper resource management. Obviously what will happen, guys, okay, they will lose the business. Obviously the performance will be degraded. Okay, but coming to this resource management, guys, we have to predict these type of spikes. We have to predict these type of spikes, traffic increasing, or okay, particular days, for suppose particular days the resources are utilizing are more. At that time, what will the resource manager has to do? They have to allocate the resources. Okay, what are they want? Okay, in advance they have to place those resources in advance with them, then only they will allocate, guys. That is why the resource management is very crucial related to the cloud computing, guys. Okay, they have to place these all the type of resources that is particularly used by the users. They will have to maintain those type of resources in advance. Okay, right? Okay, these unplanned for okay, the cloud provider has to take care about these unplanned spikes, guys. Okay, unplanned spikes also they have to take care. Okay, they have to understand the user what they are needed. Okay, and according to that they have to maintain the different types of resources, guys. Different types of resources. Okay, spike means Normally in a normal straight line way, the resources will be used. Spike means at a particular day, okay, the resources will be used more in number of guys. The more in number of resources, they have to take care. Who will take care, guys? The resource manager. The resource manager will take care about this resource management, guys. Okay. Okay, guys, particularly for these unplanned spikes, okay, that can be handled with the help of auto scaling, guys. Okay, when the auto scaling will be happen, if the resources are there with the cloud, if the resources are there with the code, then only they will allocate those scaling, guys. Either increasing or decreasing also, that can be done with the help of auto scaling. Okay, for that, guys, okay, at one particular point of time, okay, one particular cloud user want particular type of resources more in number. If those type of resources are there with the cloud, then only they will allocate, guys. Otherwise, that will degrade the performance of users of that cloud, guys. Okay, for that particularly this auto scaling will be helpful, guys, for unplanned spikes. If the number of users are using that particular resources, auto scaling, what they will do, guys, it will increase the resources for that particular user. Okay, at one point of time they are using those resources very less in number. Then what it will do, guys, it will reduce the resources, guys. It will reduce the resources for the particular user, guys. Okay, they will allocate or release on demand, guys, based on the demand of the cloud user. Based on the demand of the cloud user, the resources will be allocated or deallocated or released from the cloud user, guys. Okay, that can be done with the help of this cloud resource management, right? And that we call this monitoring system, we call them as a resource management, guys. This monitoring system we call them as a resource management. What they will do, they will allocate or release the resources on real time basis, guys. Real time. Okay, that is the task. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Okay, can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right, guys. Okay, guys, at this point I already told you guys. Okay, according to the cloud user, okay, according to the cloud users, growing or shrinking of resources, that has to be happening, guys. Growing or shrinking of resources, that should be happening according to the requirement of the users of the cloud, guys. Okay, guys, normally these cloud resources are controlled in a 3 independent level, guys. Okay, 3 independent levels we can restrict or we can control these cloud resources. Okay, those are the cloud resources may be related to computing side, or it may be related to the storage side, or it may be related to a networking side. Any resource, those can be controlled in the 3 independent levels, guys. This level is independent of the second level, and this level is independent of the third level, guys. There mainly 3 levels are there. Okay, this cluster means that is upper level. The node level means that is related to the system level. Hardware level means it's the bottom part of. Okay, these three are the 3 independent levels, guys. Cluster means cluster of group of computers, we call them as a cloud. The cluster means it's related to the cloud level. Cluster means it's related to the cloud level. Node level means it's related to individual system level, guys. How we are going to help here, the node level operating system were helpful for restricting the resources, guys. Okay, controlling the resources in the node level, operating system will take care while controlling the cloud resources. Okay, right. In the coming to the hardware, there is a separate circuit is there. With the help of that hardware circuit, where they are going to control the cloud resources, guys. Let us see the individual things first. We will discuss about the cloud level. Okay, how you are going to control the cloud resources in the cloud cluster level, guys. Coming to this cluster level, guys, we are going to control this one. Okay, related to the cloud side. in the cloud wise. Okay, depending upon the requirement, okay, we are able to we can create the new cloud, as well as we are going to reduce we are able to delete the new the cloud that is already there, guys, with the help of this cloud resource cluster resource manager, guys. What is the task of this one, cluster resource manager? We are able to create the new cloud. You guys, can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, some internet related issues here. Okay, cluster means it's a broad level, guys. It's related to the cloud level. Okay, here we are going to use a cluster resource manager to control this power management related to this cluster level, guys. Okay, here the both hardware as well as software parts also controlled with the help of this cluster resource manager, guys. With the help of this cluster resource manager, we are going to handle. Okay, this is a software, guys, one particular type of software. Okay, with the help of this software, we are going to manage the resources related to the cluster level, that is cloud level, guys. It's a cloud level one. Okay, cluster means it's related to broader picture. Okay, here we are going to control the overall cloud. Either we can create the cloud, or we can delete that particular cloud also, guys. Okay, for suppose I am having three clouds are there, right? Okay, the three clouds are using by the cloud users. At what particular point of time, only two clouds are using. Okay, third one is not using. Okay, how we are going to save in the resource with the help of cluster resource manager is what they will do is they will delete that third cloud, guys. Okay, likewise, at any point of time they will have, the cluster resource manager will have the rights to create a new cloud also, guys. Okay, so broader picture. The next one is the node level, guys. Okay, it's related to operating system. Okay, with the help of this operating system, we are able to control the state of the equipment. For suppose a particular equipment related to the operating system. Okay, the system related to the particularly system level, guys. Okay, in the system, if any equipment is not at all used by the cloud users, what they will do is operating system, they will block. Okay, they will place that particular resource in a sleep state, guys. They will particularly, they, for suppose one processor is the I'm in my system. Okay, I'm having three processors, only two processors are working, the third processor is not at all working. Then what they will do is, in the node level, the operating system will shut down or make that processor to in a sleep state, guys. In this way they will control the different equipments of the operating system. Okay, it may be a processor or storage, anything, any resource they can control with the help of operating system, guys. Right, it's particularly related to node level, guys. The previous one is cloud level. Cluster, that means cluster level means it's related to cloud level. The node level means only particular to the system level. Okay, here who will place their main role, guys? Operating system will place a main role. Okay, the resources of a particular system or node can be controlled with the help of operating system here. Okay, they can make that particular resource to sleep state, or they may make that particular device to wake up state also. At anything they can do with the help of this node level. The third one is, guys, hardware level, guys. The third one is hardware level, guys. Okay, here particularly they use the specialized hardware equipment. We call them as a special circuit. With the help of this one, they are going to manage. They are going to manage the internal power management. Okay, this special circuit plays a main role in the hardware level, guys. Okay, by using this one, there may they can manage the different hardware parts. Okay, they can shut down the some different hardware part, or they can wake up that hardware part with the help of this hardware level. Okay, here which one plays a more important role, guys? Special circuit, that is a hardware component. With that component, they internally manages the power, guys, right? Okay, particularly hardware level means it's a bottom part, guys. The topper one is, that is cluster level. The middle one layer is, that is node level. The third one is hardware level, guys. Third one is hardware level. Here this hardware level, the CPU, central processing unit, having the different modules, guys. Different modules. Okay, if the particular module is not at all used by, then what they will do is this that special circuit will take care. Okay, what they will do is they make that resource, okay, and module to a sleep state. In this way, the power management can be done with the help of this the specialized circuit, guys. Okay, here there is no involvement of operating system. Only specialized circuit will be there that will take care about all these things. No operating system involvement. But coming to the middle one, that is node level, the operating system will place a main role, guys. These are the three node levels: cluster level, the next one is operating system level, the third one is hardware level. Okay, let us see how we are able to control this cloud, guys. How you are able to control the clouds. Okay, coming to allocation of the different resources in the cloud, they will follow the disciplined approach, guys. They will follow disciplined approach. Okay, let us see the different basic mechanisms for implementing the resource management policies, guys. Okay, in that particularly we will follow these three types of policies, guys. The one is the machine learning way. Machine learning, okay, it's like a algorithm. Next, that will automate that the controlling of the cloud, guys. That the cloud consists of different resources. Those will be controlled with the help of these algorithms. That is machine learning. Okay, automation will be there. The next one is control theory. The next one is utility based one. The third one is market oriented, based on the market biddings. Okay, they will control the different resources. These are the four basic mechanisms for resource management. Okay, what are the different policies? Let us see in the individual way. Okay, how the policies will be there in the machine learning, control theory, utility based, and market oriented, guys. The first one, guys, what is that one? Machine learning. Okay, here an automated system will be there, guys, that will be used for controlling the resources, guys. Okay, according to that automated systems, the resources will be controlled, either allocation or adding a new resource, or we can delete the resources. Here it is not at all a performance model, guys. Just one system will be there, that is automatic system, that will take care about the controlling of the resources. Okay, machine learning algorithm, based on that algorithm, okay, they will they will control the resources, right, guys? Next one is control theory, guys. It uses feedback mechanism, guys. For suppose okay, the cloud consists of different resources. Okay, those resources will be given for the cloud users. What they will do is, guys, in this model, they will take a feedback from those persons, how these are how they are performing. Okay, based on that one, okay, they will predict, guys. Okay, they have to we have to purchase the newer one or not. Okay, like that. It uses control theory, guys. In that way, what they will do is, guys, they will take the feedback mechanism. The third one is, guys, utility based, guys. Okay, here what the main thing is, performance to cost. Okay, that will be calculated. Based on that one, they will proceed, guys. Okay, they will allocate the resources. Okay, user level performance, okay, for a particular model. Okay, how much cost, okay, how much it is performing. Okay, they will calculate that one. Okay, based on that one, they will allocate, they will control the different resources of a cloud, guys. Okay, it particularly it's a performance model, guys. The performance is good means the obviously we will calculate the performance to cost ratio. Based on that one, we will go for the resources. Okay, based on that we will control the those type of resources. This is third model, utility based model. The last one is, guys, market oriented, guys. Okay, based on the market trends, they will go for the resource allocation. Okay, they will go for the different auctions, particularly for the resources. Okay, who are using, who are bidding for the particular resource more in number, according to that they will they will purchase and they will allocate to the cloud, guys. Okay, according to the market trends, they are going to allocate the resources for the particularly. Okay, this very helpful, you guys. This model, market oriented model, the number of users are particularly using for those particular type of resource. Okay, based on that one, if you are purchasing in the cloud means obviously the business will be also increases, guys, right? Okay, okay, particularly, guys, in resource management related to the clouds. Okay, first, what is the main basic thing is planning ahead. Okay, planning ahead, what is that meaning, guys? For suppose, okay, they have to observe the cloud users. Okay, what are their requirements? Based on that only they have to arrange the resources, guys. Based on that only they have to arrange the resources. Then only obviously the cloud business will be increased. For suppose the users are not at all using a particular type of resources. Okay, if you purchase that one means obviously the cloud provider will be going to a inefficient model. Okay, no one will go for that particular type of resource. They obviously they will go for the go in a losses, right? Okay, for smooth transaction of the clouds, what we have to do is we have to plan ahead. Okay, ముందే మనం ప్లాన్ చేసుకొని ఉంచుకోవాలన్నమాట డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ రిసోర్సెస్. Okay, this is also part of cloud resource management, guys. Okay, and that subtopic is resource provisioning, guys. Providing the resources. Okay, provisioning means it's a process of selecting and deploying and managing a software resources as well as hardware resources, guys. Okay, this is a selecting and deploying and managing a software resources as well as hardware resources, that we call them as a provisioning, giving. Okay, in cloud, guys, provisioning of the resources means giving of some type of a resource. Those resources may be either software resources as well as hardware resources. Software resources means different types of application, database applications. Okay, hardware means it may be a processor capabilities, networking capabilities, storage capabilities, all these things. Okay, selecting and deploying, managing, all these things will comes under resource provisioning, guys. Okay, right? Normally, guys, in cloud computing they just a distributed system. Okay, for in cloud provisioning they will have the huge amount of different storage that will be distributed in different places, those resources. Okay, for that we have to manage, different techniques will be there for that one, guys. Okay, in particularly, guys, in cloud computing environment, guys. Okay, there is a service level agreement that is, okay, that will guide the users as well as cloud provider, guys. Okay, what is the service level agreement means? It is a understanding between the user who are using the cloud and the cloud provider, guys. Based on that one, the everything will be goes on. Okay, in the service level agreement, guys, what are the things included is, for suppose, what are the services you are provided to the user. Okay, for suppose if you are not able to provide the services, okay, what are the user has to do. Okay, likewise, okay, if the user unable to pay the amount for the cloud provider, what the cloud provider has to do, all the things will be there in the service level agreements. What are the different services you are providing? Okay, if not, you are not able to provide, what the user has to do. Likewise, if the user is unable to pay the money, what cloud provider has to do, all the things will be there in this service level agreement, guys. It plays an important role, guys, service level agreement. Okay, either cloud provider as well as user. okay, works according to this service level agreement. The in cloud computing, guys, this service level agreement plays a important role. That is a understanding between the cloud user as well as the cloud provider, guys. Without the service level agreement, we are unable to proceed in the cloud, guys. Okay, guys, in resource this let's say that is a service level agreement, guys. What are the things are included in different, what are the different types of services you are providing? That service may be CPU, which type of how much CPU bandwidth, means how the processor cables you are giving, okay, how much memory is giving. All the things will be incorporated in the SLA, guys, service level agreement, right, guys? Okay, this provisioning of resources done be in an effective way. Okay. For suppose, guys, why it is we have to maintain effectively. For suppose at one particular day, guys, I need the more number of resources. The cloud provider is not unable to provide those resources to me, means obviously, okay, the users of my application will be get affected, guys. Obviously that will be effect will be comes onto me also, as well as, okay, if I get affected means obviously that will be that will affect on the performance of the cloud as well as, guys. Okay, that is why this provisioning of resources has to be done in a proper way. Okay, guys, there are two types of provisioning of resources will be there categorized, guys. Okay, one is under provisioning resources. Okay, second one is over provisioning of resources. Let us see the first one, guys. Under provisioning of resources. Under provisioning of resources. Okay, in this, guys, the resources are provisioned less than the user requirements, guys. Okay, resources are provisioned, okay, less than the user requirement, guys. Obviously, for suppose I'm the cloud user, I need 100 number of CPUs. Suppose they are unable to provide that, means they will be get affected with the help of SLAs. Okay, what are the things that is wrote in the SLA? According to that, I will proceed, guys. Okay, I told you, guys, SLA is a very important thing related to cloud. Okay, it contains the different things that is provided by cloud provider that will be written on this SLA. Okay, and if you are unable to provide those services, what are the things the user will do? That will be also written in the SLA. Likewise, if the user is unable to pay the amount for the cloud provider, okay, what are the cloud provider has to do? Those things also specified in the SLA, guys. Okay, in that SLA we will get they will be penalized. For suppose the user is unable to, the cloud provider is unable to provide the service, means they have to pay this much of amount. Likewise, if the user is unable to pay the service money to that cloud provider, they have to penalize based on the SLA, guys. Okay, and like that is why this SLA plays a very important role, guys. Okay, according to that, user or cloud provider will work, guys. In under provision resources, guys, I need 10 resources, but the cloud provider is unable to provide that, means they will be get penalized. Okay, we will take some amount for that particularly for not providing those 10 number of resources, guys. Okay, okay, this is a, okay, in this one, guys, under provisioning of resources, okay, here what they will is having a 10 number of resources, but they are unable to provide, they will provide lesser than the 10 resources, guys, but it will hurt the application performance. Obviously, guys, I need 10 CPUs to work with my application in the cloud. Okay, they are unable to provide the 10, means obviously my application will be degraded. Obviously the performance related to my application also reduced, guys. Okay, this is a, we call them as under provisioning of resources. What they need is higher amount, but what they are providing is less in amount, guys. Okay, what they are providing is less in amount. Okay, this is under provisioning of resources. Okay, right. Here, with the help of this under provisioning of resources, the application performance will be degraded. Okay, coming to the over provisioning of resources, guys, for suppose here this is uh, the resources already there in the cloud. Okay, but I need the resources less than a number, that is we call them as a over provisioning of resources, guys. Okay, I am having the resources high in number, okay, the users are using in less in number, that we will call them as a over provisioning of resources, guys. Okay, here application wise, user wise, okay, there is no performance degradation, but coming to the cloud providers, sir, they will have the wastage of resources, guys, obviously, right? Okay, here my resources are more in number, okay, but the users are using in less in number, obviously. This in the middle, this middle part, okay, that we call them as a wastage. Okay, right? Here the resources are not utilized properly, guys, obviously. The here we are investing more in number, the money is also wasted, guys. Understand, guys, what is under provisioning means? Okay, what the user is asking is more in number, but coming to that cloud provider, they are providing the resources in less in number, obviously the performance of the application related to the users of the cloud will be degraded. Okay, coming to the over provisioning means the resources are high in number, the users of the cloud are less in number. Okay, obviously application wise there is no degradation, but coming to the cloud side, okay, the different resources are will be wasted. Okay, the gap between this one and this part, that will be wasted, guys. Okay, let us see the diagrammatically, guys, both the things. Here this is the demand, guys, this is the capability. Okay, this part we call them as a unused resources, this part, this colored part, we call them as a unused resources, guys. Okay, at this point of time, these name this is the resources I need, but the capacity is high in number, this we call them as a over privilege. Okay, demand is less, but the capacity of that resources are more in number. Okay, this is the gap is unused parts of the resources, that is. Okay, coming to here, guys, okay, this is the capacity, this is the capacity, and what is the demand here? This is the demand, guys. Okay, at this point of time, demand is less, the capacity is more, no problem at this point of time. But here if you compare this, guys, the capacity is less, the demand is more, obviously that will affect the users, guys, application performance will be reduced. For a particular point of time, I need the resources more in at this point of time, I need more resources, but guys, the capacity, okay, the maximum capacity of the resources is less in number, obviously what will happen, guys, that will decrease the resource, that will decrease the cloud performance, the application performance. Okay,